The Ottoman Empire's rise to power in the early 16th century was marked by the ambition and brilliance of its rulers. One such ruler, Selim I, also known as Selim the Grim, carved his name into history not only through his military prowess but also through his strategic vision that would expand Ottoman influence across the Islamic world. Ascending to the throne in 1512 after a turbulent period of internal strife, Selim I's reign was defined by his pursuit of territorial expansion and his ambition to establish Ottoman supremacy, particularly in the Islamic heartlands. His campaigns not only reshaped the Middle East but also the very structure of the Ottoman Empire. Selim I's early years on the throne were not without challenges. Upon taking power, he faced a divided empire with competing internal factions, including those loyal to his father, Bayezid II, and his own claims to legitimacy. In addition to dealing with internal unrest, Selim I was immediately confronted by the powerful Safavid Empire in the east. The Safavids, led by Shah Ismail I, adhered to Shiite Islam in stark contrast to the Sunni Ottomans. This sectarian divide would fuel not just political rivalry, but also religious conflict between the two empires, setting the stage for Selim's early military efforts. One of Selim's most decisive moments came when he turned his attention to the Safavids. The Battle of Chaldiran, fought in 1514, became a pivotal moment in both Ottoman and Safavid history. Selim's forces, though smaller in number, were well-equipped and strategically led. Despite facing the challenging conditions of the Persian plateau, Selim I's army decisively defeated Shah Ismail's forces, thereby consolidating Ottoman control over the eastern Anatolian region. This victory was not only militarily significant, it also served as a religious and ideological triumph, positioning the Ottomans as the dominant Sunni force in the region. Following his victory at Chaldiran, Selim's focus turned southward, to the Mamluk Sultanate in Egypt. The Mamluks were one of the most powerful forces in the Arab world, controlling Egypt, the Hejaz, and the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. Their control of these strategic regions posed a direct challenge to Ottoman ambitions of regional dominance. Selim knew that in order to secure his place in the Islamic world, he had to bring Egypt under Ottoman control. In 1516, Selim launched a campaign against the Mamluks, initiating a series of military actions that would ultimately lead to their downfall. The Battle of Marj Dabik, fought near Aleppo, was a defining moment in this campaign. Despite the Mamluks' experienced military leadership, Selim's forces overwhelmed them, dealing a fatal blow to their power. Following this victory, the Ottomans quickly moved to take control of Egypt, marking the end of Mamluk rule and the beginning of Ottoman ascendancy in the Arab world. The Mamluk Sultanate was absorbed into the Ottoman Empire, and Cairo became an integral part of the Ottoman administrative structure. Selim I's conquest of Egypt was more than just a territorial gain. It allowed the Ottomans to control two of the most important religious sites in Islam, Mecca and Medina. By taking control of these cities, Selim not only bolstered the Ottoman Empire's prestige, but also claimed the title of protector of the two holy mosques. This title, which the Ottomans would hold for centuries, symbolized the empire's responsibility to safeguard Islam's most sacred cities. This move gave Selim the first spiritual authority over the broader Islamic world, an influence that would be used to strengthen Ottoman legitimacy and to justify its expanding role as the center of Sunni Islam. The strategic importance of Mecca and Medina cannot be understated. These cities were the spiritual centers of the Muslim world. By placing them under Ottoman control, Selim not only secured his position as the leading power in the Islamic world, but also made the Ottoman Sultan the most important political and religious leader in Islam. This marked a significant shift in the geopolitical and religious balance of power in the region. Selim I's military brilliance was further demonstrated through his naval campaigns in the Mediterranean and Red Seas. While his land conquests were impressive, his control over key maritime routes added another layer of strength to the Ottoman Empire. The conquest of Egypt and its ports gave the Ottomans direct access to the vital trade routes between Europe, Asia, and Africa, enabling them to control the flow of goods and people in one of the world's busiest commercial regions. By the time Selim's reign ended in 1520, he had significantly expanded the Ottoman Empire's territories. His victories had brought Egypt, the Hejaz, and large parts of the Arabian Peninsula into the Ottoman fold. His conquest of the holy cities further cemented the empire's authority in the Islamic world. The territorial expansion also had significant cultural and economic consequences. The Ottoman Empire under Selim I gained access to greater resources, including agricultural wealth, gold, and spices, which enriched the empire and provided the means to maintain a strong military presence across the region. Selim I's campaigns also laid the foundation for the reign of his son, Suleiman the Magnificent, who would go on to become one of the most renowned Ottoman sultans. But it was Selim's military successes and his strategic vision that set the stage for the Ottoman Empire's golden age. His ability to navigate the complex political and religious landscape of the Islamic world, combined with his military prowess, allowed the Ottomans to rise to new heights of power and influence, securing their place as one of the most dominant empires of the early modern era. Selim I's military campaigns, which were pivotal in expanding the Ottoman Empire's borders, had lasting consequences that extended far beyond his reign. His aggressive expansionist policies and military victories reshaped the Islamic world, establishing the Ottoman Empire as the preeminent political and religious power in the region. While Selim I's reign was relatively short, his influence can be felt for centuries, and his legacy profoundly shaped the Ottoman Empire's role in the Middle East, North Africa, and beyond. One of the most significant aspects of Selim I's military conquest was his transformation of the Ottoman Empire into the spiritual center of Sunni Islam. By conquering Mecca and Medina, Selim I took control of Islam's two holiest cities, marking a major shift in the balance of power within the Muslim world. These cities, central to Islamic tradition, had long been under the control of rival powers such as the Mamluks. By incorporating them into the Ottoman realm, Selim solidified the Ottoman Sultan as the protector of the two holy mosques, a title that bestowed significant religious authority upon the Ottoman rulers. This newfound religious authority was not just symbolic, it had practical implications for Ottoman foreign policy. The title of protector of the two holy mosques elevated the Ottoman Sultan to a position of leadership in the Islamic world. It became the Ottoman Empire's duty to protect and manage the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca, a responsibility that further solidified the empire's religious legitimacy and influence. For the Ottoman Empire, controlling these sacred sites was not only a matter of pride, but also a significant political advantage. The sultans could now claim to be the rightful defenders of Islam, making the empire the spiritual hub of the Muslim world. Selim I's military successes also had profound economic consequences for the Ottoman Empire. The annexation of Egypt, a region rich in agricultural resources, not only gave the Ottomans control over vital trade routes but also expanded their access to tax revenues and resources. Egypt's strategic location between Africa and Asia made it an essential point for trade, and its agricultural output provided a wealth of resources for the Ottoman state. Selim's ability to control this key territory meant that the Ottomans could now dominate regional trade in the Mediterranean, Red Sea, and beyond. In addition to Egypt, Selim I's conquest of the Hejaz and the Arabian Peninsula gave the Ottoman Empire a stronghold over the Red Sea and the Arabian trade routes. These regions were crucial for controlling the flow of goods and ideas between East and West, connecting the Ottoman Empire to the broader world. With access to these regions, the Ottomans were able to bolster their naval power, expanding their reach in global trade and gaining control over essential maritime routes. The Ottoman navy, which was strengthened by Selim's conquests, became a formidable force in the Mediterranean and beyond. Selim I's impact on the Ottoman military was also profound. His campaigns not only expanded the empire's territories, but also solidified the Ottoman army's reputation as one of the most disciplined and effective fighting forces in the world. Selim recognized the importance of having a well-trained, well-equipped military, and he invested in strengthening the empire's military infrastructure. Under his rule, the Janissaries, the elite infantry corps of the Ottoman army, grew stronger and more efficient. Selim's ability to mobilize and manage a large, organized military force played a significant role in his success on the battlefield. Beyond his military and economic achievements, Selim I's reign also had significant cultural and administrative consequences for the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman bureaucracy, which had been in place for generations, was strengthened under Selim's rule. The Ottoman sultans had always relied on a sophisticated system of administration to manage their vast empire, and Selim further refined this system, making it more effective and efficient. His conquests and subsequent incorporation of new territories brought new peoples, cultures, and administrative challenges into the empire, and Selim's ability to manage these complexities ensured the empire's continued stability and growth. In terms of cultural influence, Selim's reign marked the beginning of the Ottoman Empire's Golden Age, a period that would be fully realized under his son, Suleiman the Magnificent. The cultural flourishing that occurred in the wake of Selim's conquests helped define the Ottoman Empire as not only a military power, but also a cultural and artistic center. The Ottomans became known for their achievements in architecture, literature, and art. Selim I's establishment of the Ottoman Empire as a dominant power in the Islamic world created the foundation for this cultural renaissance. Selim's military successes also contributed to the Ottoman Empire's lasting legacy as a dominant power in the Islamic world. While his reign was brief, his territorial gains and the consolidation of Ottoman power ensured that the empire would continue to exert its influence for centuries. The impact of his campaigns continued long after his death in 1520, shaping the political and religious landscape of the Middle East and North Africa. Selim I's expansion of the Ottoman Empire's borders and his role as the defender of Islam cemented the Ottomans' position as one of the leading powers of the early modern world. In conclusion, Selim I's military campaigns were not just about territorial expansion, they were about securing the Ottoman Empire's position as the preeminent power in the Islamic world. His conquest of Egypt, the Arabian Peninsula, and the holy cities of Mecca and Medina ensured the Ottoman Empire's control over key resources, trade routes, and spiritual authority. Selim's military brilliance, combined with his strategic vision, laid the foundation for the Ottoman Empire's lasting legacy. His impact on the empire's political, economic, and cultural growth ensured that the Ottoman Empire would remain a dominant force for centuries to come, with Selim I's military campaigns playing a crucial role in shaping the empire's history.